Jews have gotten themselves in a position that black people should be doing.
Yeah.
Just like Asian people. It was a young lady I met when I first got to Phoenix. When I was living in Tucson when I left the police department. I moved to Anthem. It was this girl at a sushi restaurant. She owned it. Mm-hmm. And I would never forget this. She was telling me, I was like, she was 30-something years old. How do you own a sushi restaurant? How do you get all this coordinated? People from Japan, they brought people from Japan. Mm-hmm. But what happened was they have a magazine that they sent out. And they put up their businesses for sale only in their community. Right. So it's not open to the public. Mm-hmm. So she was able to get the magazine. She had a couple family members that were willing to help her. She had people that come from Japan, and they built a sushi restaurant called Kawaii Sushi. Mm-hmm. Great sushi, probably the best sushi you're going to eat. Right. But she was able to do that because the community sticks together. I get here one more example of how black people don't do it.
Yeah.
This girl I went to school with, I say her name.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's ghetto in a mother, man.
Yeah.
It's ghetto. No, it's worse than that. I don't know how.
Aquafina.
It's worse than that. Yeah. I don't know what her mama thinks. Now, her mama's a great woman.
But so black people come with some bad names.
I don't know what they think. That ain't how we used to name ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't came up with some crazy stuff. Yeah. But she gets into a traffic accident. Or like she was married to a woman. Mm-hmm. They crashed in her company car. I don't know how she got paid out. Mm-hmm. She ended up suing the company, even though she was her wife was driving off duty or whatever. Mm-hmm. She made millions. Mm-hmm. She told me the first thing she did was she went to a strip club and made it rain. 15 racks off the second story, making it rain. Yeah. But she went to India to get weave straight from India. She got the most authentic weave in the hood. She get all this stuff together. She probably spent by $200,000-$300,000 because she had to fly a whole team there and do all that stuff. Got her business and everything. Right. Came back. Black people wouldn't buy a dime from her. They wouldn't do nothing with her. And she came me crying. When black people, they ain't never support each other. And that's what it is. I said, like I just said.
Black people, we tear each other down.
Asian people got magazines. Mm-hmm. Jewish people putting their people on. Mm-hmm. We hating on each other.
Right.
They rather go to the Asian person to buy weave than go to that black chick because they in competition.
Exactly.
We can't grow like that, bro.
I was working at this insurance company, and I had a friend. He was Korean and Chinese, right? He was telling me about his dad and how much money. He said, I really don't have to be here because I can just go work with my dad, but I just want to be independent, right? And then he's saying, when you open up a store in an Asian community, he said people will flock to your store if it's new, just to support that person, right? Well, I said here in the black community, if I open up a store in the black community, they will go in there and rob me just to let me know who I am and where I'm at.
But yet you remember. You still
just
like
nigga.
everybody
You
else.
always going to be a nigga.
and people probably think, oh, man, look at them. They just saying it. Man, look.
This is the truth, man.
Look, man. I mean, remember the kid that goes around, I forget his name. He's on TikTok. He goes around rating restaurants and, you know, giving people shout outs. I forget his name. Y'all know who he is? He like the one of the most viral people on there. Keith Sneak or something like that. If you look him up, he's pretty. He's the biggest like food critic in America.
Oh, really? Okay.
So this guy, he'll like get his parents to go get the food from the place, and then he'll do the review in his car. So he's sitting in his car to eat it.
Oh, okay.
Ratings. And like companies blow up overnight, bro, because he'll say that and it's viral. He went to like Atlanta.
Oh. Like the city.
Dude, he got death threats after he left Atlanta because he was keeping it real. He go, man, I went to the place, they got health inspection issues. I told them I can't have shellfish mixed with this, and they said, too bad. Yeah, right. Go somewhere else then. Right. and like he was, he like quit. Right. In the middle of exploring certain black, because the service was horrible.
Yeah.
They weren't following laws.
Right.
And then what they do, they didn't say, let us do better. You know, they threatened his life.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill you.
He had to leave town. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of stuff. And I don't know why that's the case, man. Why do we wake up and want to hurt our own brothers? And then we go blame the government. You know how like you know, they go, they drop crack cocaine in the community. Even if they did, nobody told you to sell it to your own brother.
Why
don't you sell it to the white people?
Yeah.
Go up there. They claim they're using it at the same rate. Just go sell it to white folks.
Yeah.
Why would you sell to your own brother?
Yeah.
When I woke up to this was one day I was it was after school. We used to have this car wash on Ramey Avenue. I ain't gonna never forget, like Ramey and Star Cup. Car wash with all the dope boys there. And then the crackheads, I don't know how they get into these machines, but they can take the car wash thing, $5, they do your whole car.
Yeah.
$15, you get a whole detail. They didn't stole all the stuff. And I remember driving back there. I used to just pay them the $5. I wait out front, they finish it. I remember going around the back and I saw this guy smoking crack. I mean, I saw him bubbling it up, man. And for that point on, I said, man, I will never get my car washed here. I can't believe that I'm giving money to my own people for that man to smoke crack back there behind that thing. So I wish that we would wake up to it, but we break into Six Flags and we start shooting and fighting each other.
Yeah, and you know what? When other races see us, in Apple Store doing all this shoplifting and all in California where they have these horrible laws regarding shoplifting, and then you have this Six Flags incident, and black people don't realize that has a detrimental impact on every other black person who decides to do the right thing, because they're going to look at us as those people. Just like when a white cop does something you feel is bad against a black person. Now you're going to see all white cops like that, right? This same shit goes for you. People going to see black people this way. And they don't see that. They don't acknowledge objectivity. And it's just like, oh, fuck it.
But you know what? Black people,
it's frustrating.
Of all the demographic of people in this country, man, I mean, of all the groups, I'm going to say this on camera. We are surrounded by evil. Our pastors, our majority of our fathers, our mothers, it's just, we just pushing the wrong concepts. We demonizing the wrong things and praising the wrong things. It's like, I think it, for the most part, is almost like a lost cause. You can't save everybody. You can try to save some, try to save as many as you can.
If we could just get 90%, 10% of that 90%, if that black vote was 80% for Democrat, it'd be a landslide for Republican.
Oh, it'd be a landslide. Yeah. I mean, I think it should be around, if we can get to the numbers like everybody else,
right?
We doing 60.
You are down there for too much.
50-50.
You'll never see a Democrat.
They'll never win another election, man. And they know it. That's why LBJ said, allegedly said that they're going to have these ends voting for the next 200 years. And he was right, because if you get them hooked on the government, and then what they're going to do is they're going to have these illegals voting for them 200 years. Yeah. That's what they're trying to do. They letting these people in in grows, because they know they're going to start losing the black vote.
Yeah.
They ain't done nothing for black people in the last 60 years.
Yeah, they say they're replacing the white person. They're replacing the Negro.
That's exactly what they're doing. You ain't going to replace the white folks.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you how dumb these black folks are in this circumstance. Not all, because we the smart ones.
Yeah.
They complain about white folks, white supremacy, and all that stuff, and then they vote for a white man as the president. Yeah. How you vote for Joe Biden as the president, but y'all fighting against white supremacy?
And he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You ain't black.
and poor kids are just as good as white kids.
Yeah. How do you vote for that?
And then look, here's more. He did if Donald Trump did this, they'd be open arms. He did the eulogy for Robert Byrd, who was a former Klans member.
Right.
Now, in all fairness, he did leave the Klan. He started his own Klan group, but he did leave the Klan and denounced the Klan. But hey, if Trump did that, they'd be all over his head.
Oh, man. Right.
Strom Thurmond was a complete racist, Dixiecrat racist.
Right.
Joe Biden called Strom Thurmond a mentor of his.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine if that stuff was on record with Donald Trump.
Yeah,
they'll be going crazy. But they're so brainwashed that these white folks can do it right in front of their face. They don't even see, listen, Democrats been racist from the very beginning. All they did was just change the technique.
Right.
They say, well, we're going to give you something. To me, that's racist, because then they hold the black man down. Oh, we need to give affirmative action. That's racist, because they mean you too stupid to do it on your own. So we just going
to depend on the government.
And then now you owe us something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We gave it to you, so we'll take it away.
Right.
They don't structure it where black people have independence, and they still trying to do it to us.
Yeah.
Reparations. You want some money?
I can't believe they fought for the reparations.
I can't believe it either. Because who you think gonna pay the reparations?
Yeah.
You.
I was
black people. Our ancestors done paid our reparations.
We sit with that one black friend of mine, right, where he was the whole cop incident. He thought he was being racist, but whatever. We was going over the reparations. He's like, "Well, how much you think every black person should get?" He said, "Man, at least 2-3 million, man." I was like, "Wait a minute. Reparations supposed to put you on the same level as white people. It don't supposed to make you a damn king, right?
Bro,
so,
do you know how much money that'll be?
Yeah.
It's 40 million black people in America.
right.
You're gonna give everyone 2 or 3 million. That's like a gazillion. I don't even know what that number would be.
Right.
It's impossible.
I can't count that high.
Yeah, I showed it to him on the calculator. Damn calculator broke. He's like, "Wow." I said, "Let's say I just give you 1,500 each," and it was like, he said, "Wow, that's a lot of money."
Still like 100 trillion or something like that. It's something crazy.
But why do they fall for it? It's like they don't know basic math.
Yeah.
It's because they're stupid.
It's emotionalism.
Yeah.
It's trauma and emotionalism. So they say, look, this is what we're going to do for you. And they're not counting the cost. They're not thinking, because black people don't understand finances as much. We don't get financial education.
Yeah, our high schools, our school system sucks.
It sucks. And especially in the inner city. Just imagine how much that sucks. They're not even at grade level reading.
Right.
What do you think in 2024 election? You think Trump's got this?
You know, if it's honest, he got it easy in the bag. I mean, I don't think being pro. I don't know a person. I know a lot of people that I ain't say I know a lot of people. I know of people that voted for Joe Biden. My dad included. I'm mad at him for doing it. I told him not to do it. But
I think our sister did.
Yeah, I think her sister and her husband did.
And I don't. But right now, I don't know nobody that voted for him that support him this time.
Yeah,
there's people that saying I ain't voting because I'm not voting for him for sure. Right. And then there's people saying I'm voting for Trump.
The crazy thing about it, man, the things they did against Trump, man, it's like everybody should be running to the polls and voting for him. Right. Like they accused him of rape. They found him guilty of that in a civil trial. Then he comes out and denounces that. So I didn't rape anybody. Oh, you defamed her. Now they sued him again.
Right.
Now he just won a $330 million fraud case against him because
nobody was defrauded.
Nobody was defrauded. He went and got a loan from a bank. They appraised his property. Right. They gave him the loan. He paid back the loan. The State Department in New York, the government said, no, that was fraud. Found him guilty.
Yeah.
But I was like, and I just saw Charles Barkley on TV saying he was going to punch a man, a black person, if he sees them wearing a shirt with Trump's mugshot.
We should all go to Phoenix. You know, he live in Phoenix.
He live in Phoenix.
We should all go to Phoenix one weekend. I know where he's smoking cigars. We just gonna all go in there. Somebody got to videotape it. We gonna all go in our Trump shirt like, Trump, you ain't like it used to be.
Yeah.
You gonna get dropped out here.
I was like, man, how can you be so ridiculous?
But you know, he say good stuff sometimes. Black people don't glorify. Remember they said black people don't glorify shoes? And then what is his name? DJ Khaled, one of these dudes came out. No, but Fat Joe. Fat Joe came out with the shoes. It's like, hey, he the biggest dude in the game. What you mean? And then black people don't glorify drug dealing and thugging.
Yeah.
Every rapper on planet Earth that they sell out whole concerts wearing a merch and all this stuff, all they do is promote degeneracy.
Yeah, black people, man, they hold white people to a higher standard than they hold themselves.
Right.
It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
I be on the radio. I get so sick of it, and I be talking about.
They be calling.
I'm a coon, Uncle Tom sellout, bootlicker.
That's because they don't have nothing else to say.
They ain't got nothing. They mad though, but I can't stop telling the truth, bro. Black people just be cutting up, man. Every time. I was on the radio the other day, and it was a crime committed, and you didn't know what race it was. I said, I'll put my job on it. They black. This black people stuff. I said, man, look it up.
Right.
What do you know? Black woman and somebody. It was some shooting that somebody did in the store or something.
Right.
And I'm like, it's only black people do this stuff. How do I know the race of these people? It's because it's what black people consistently do. And then I made a mention, and I feel bad by saying, but I like to really believe this. I know why white people are sick of black people. I could only imagine, bro. You think about this. You look at the country, look at all the stuff white people done for this country. If they just go off their history, the Civil War, hundreds of thousands of white people died. Who gave black people freedom? Good white people. Who helped Harriet Tubman help, the Underground Railroad to get black people to the north? Good white people. So white people have done all of these things in history. They see all of these black people being successful, equal opportunity. The reparations has already occurred with them giving affirmative action and all. They already gave black people reparations on so many levels. Welfare and all this stuff. And then 2024, black people still complaining. We can't never make it nowhere because the white man is and white people got to be like, I'm sick of these. Here.
Have you ever looked on Instagram, TikTok, where you seen black people acting up? Read those comments. I know every white person feels because it's the truth. You don't see no other group of people acting like this.
They don't. They don't it's no white Chicago. Yeah. Where they are doing.
And what's that argument? They say, oh, black people commit a majority of violent crimes. He said, no, black people kill black people, white people kill white people. I was like, that's all a left-wing talking point. You will never see an Asian in Chicago. You'll never see.
They do because of proximity, right? Yeah. Most people live around it. But the percentage.
Yeah.
The per capita, the sheer numbers, black people overwhelmingly kill each other more than any other race. Right. And they're far above any minority race.
Right.
I think whites are probably around 80%, 70, 80%. Black people are like 96%.
Right.
And then black people kill white people twice as much as white people to kill black people.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about FBI statistic. You can go look it up right now. So they don't want to talk about stuff like that. But black people got to stop being hypocritical. And I think it starts with people like you and I. We raise our kids. In America, our kids are going to be considered black.
Hey, tell us about your Brexit movement.
Oh, Brexit, Brexit is, me and Candace started in 2018 with just the idea of what we talking about. How do we get the messaging out there? Because you ain't finna just go in the black community and bludgeon people into believing this stuff. We gotta educate people. We gotta get into the communities and do community service, right? We didn't just go in there and be like, get off the plantation. We had people that from the community. We recruit people in the communities, and then they do back to school drives and stuff, and we sponsor and they have volunteers in the community doing community work. And then we'll have our little pop-up events where people will come. I'll tell you this. Very successful, I think, in the messaging, but it was very unfortunate because some of our major events, it was number of white people showing up. And it bothers me because black folks claim they want information and they open-minded and we in the community helping and we recruiting, and then when it's time to hear a message, they don't want to show up. They probably watching football and doing all this other stuff instead of being educated. So that was disappointing initially, but then we start to see more and more black people starting to participate. Yeah. And now, we have chapters and I think we are in all 50 states. And so we're making some moves, but it's hard, bro. It's hard, bro. I wish I can get on here and tell y'all this great success story of like, man, we didn't change every black person. Yeah. We go to New York, we go to the Bronx. It's 400 black people in there. Right. It's hard, man.
It's 50 people in there.
50 people in there, and
you got 500 seats, 480 people white.
White.
You got 20 niggas.
White looking to help. What can we do?
Yeah.
Black people ain't doing nothing. You like we white people, we get it. Yeah. But y'all love black people more than black people do.
Right.
When I do events and try to do stuff in the black community, it's hard to get black people to support that.
Yeah.
White people are at the drop of a dime. They didn't feel we had 400 black leaders at the White House in 2018. I don't know if you guys were invited. I mean, we didn't know you guys at that time.
I don't know why I want that. I was like, man, I ain't a big enough Uncle Tom to be in the White House. Like, damn.
I still haven't met Trump yet.
You haven't met Trump?
I haven't met Trump.
Did y'all go to UFC
Nick
fights?
Fuentes, the white supremacist.
Yeah, met him before y'all.
He met Trump.
Did y'all go to UFC fights?
I've been invited a couple times.
I would say maybe that's why I met Trump twice there.
Oh, okay.
For the first time, because I was at the White House, and I didn't want to do people like this.
Right.
That was crazy, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't do that, man. I'm gonna see them at some point. These young kids ain't never had a chance, never been on an airplane before. Right. I let them meet Trump, but I forget what I was talking about. Meeting Trump. What were we talking about?
Shit, I forgot. I got Biden brain.
I know, man. I'm sitting there running my mouth and jumped off topic talking about.
We was talking about meeting Trump and we was talking about Brexit.
Oh yeah, Brexit. We were talking about Brexit. So when we orchestrated that event, we had to raise money. Right. And the pitch was we had to go to fundraisers and pitch and say, look, we want to get 400 black leaders to the White House. We wanted to cover them. We want to get them flights if they can't afford it, and the hotel. All that is going to cost like $1,000 per person. We got 400. So we had to raise $400,000.
Yeah,
man,
takes a lot of money.
90%. I mean, right off the rip, white dude. I'm in. We had to do a couple fundraiser opportunities, and then we had it all paid. We probably had one black donor.
Wow. Where can people go to support your Brexit?
So you can go to Turning Point USA because we merged with Turning Point USA, and so now we do it together. Okay. And the truth be told, it was very hard financially for me and Candace to kind of keep that thing going. And so partnering with Turning Point was probably the greatest thing that we could do.
I need some of that white privilege.
Yeah, yeah. It was disheartening. It was difficult. It was difficult for one reason because they have a crazy infrastructure.
Right.
And we were just, me and Candace. And, we got our own lives. We got kids and trying to keep that thing going. And if you think you finna go to black people to do it, it's just, unfortunately, they're not going to respond. Right. Black celebrities, they talk a big game, but they're not going to put no money into that. They'll put money in Black Lives Matter, but not the stuff that we're doing. So when we did the merger, it has accelerated Brexit to a really good level. It's sustainable. We keep all our volunteers and our employees and stuff. We were able to retain everybody, and so it's moving along. It's doing great, and we still do events for them.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's going to save black people is conservatism. That's 100%. The only way.